Imagine for a moment that all of humanity lives in a gigantic tower. This tower, which we will call the paradigm of separation, has been built over centuries. Its foundations are the idea that we humans are here to dominate nature. Its walls are the belief that progress is a straight line upwards, measured by money and power. And its windows shows us a divided world. Me versus you, us versus them, humanity versus the planet. For a long time, this tower served us. It gave us a sense of control, security, and advancement. The scientific revolution gave us the tools to decipher the secrets of the universe. The Industrial Revolution endowed us with prodigious strength. The Enlightenment promised us freedom and equality. These were the tower's stellar moments, its undeniable achievements. But every coin has its flip side. The shadow of this paradigm was long and dark. To dominate nature, we had to strip it of its soul, turn it into a mere resource. The philosopher Max Weber called this the disenchantment of the world. Nietzsche, for his part, called it the death of God. Rivers ceased to be spirits to become waste channels. Forests ceased to be sacred lungs to become timber in stock. Progress, measured only by economic growth, generated chasms of inequality so deep that today a tiny fraction of the population owns more than half the planet. Freedom, in its rawest version, translated into every man for himself, eroding the community bonds that sustained us for millennia. This is the polarity inherent in every paradigm shift. The same energy that creates destroys. The same light that illuminates casts shadows. The tower elevated us, yes, but it also imprisoned us. And now, the entire structure is creaking and cracking. We do not face a single crisis. That is a simplistic view. What we are experiencing, it's a meta-crisis. It is the perfect storm, where several hurricanes feed off of each other. The ecological crisis. This is the foundation of the tower. The earth itself rebelling. Climate change is not a future theory. It is the present of fires, floods, and droughts. It is the clearest symptom that the logic of dominate and extract has a limit, and we have exceeded it. The crisis of meaning. Inside the tower, we were told that happiness lay in consuming more, in having more. But once basic needs are met, consumption reveals itself as a bottomless pit. An epidemic of loneliness, anxiety, and depression sweeps across the modern world. What is the point of so much effort if in the end we feel empty? The social and political crisis. The walls of the tower are cracking in from the extreme polarization. It is the logic of us against them, taken to its maximum expression on social media and at the ballot box. The institutions that sustain order, governments and media, see their credibility eroded. The technological crisis. Artificial intelligence emerges as a new god, promising us a paradise of efficiency while threatening to make our jobs obsolete, manipulate our decisions, and surveil our every blink. Let us remember the promises of connection through social media. Today, we reap fragmentation, isolation, corporate profit, and an unprecedented epidemic of mental illness. Let us not forget this when they tell us their stories of development and the lie that technology will solve all our problems. This deeply and constantly transforming landscape understandably generates fear and uncertainty. Our modern culture, based on competition, win-lose metrics, oriented towards efficiency, certainty, immediacy, comfort, individualism, and control, has not prepared us to manage the volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous times we are traversing. Today, the pillars that supported the tower that modern culture built are collapsing before our eyes. Faced with this scenario, the question arises, How do we navigate fear and uncertainty in this liminal age? How do we face the challenge of the present moment? How do we transition to futures that are aligned with life? The tower that modern culture has built demands an inner pilgrimage, not between places, but between paradigms, between ways of thinking, being, and doing. A journey from the collapsing paradigm to the germinating new world, from the destructive logic to regenerative ethics, from economics of death to life giving practices, from the myth of the separate self to the truth of the intertwined us, from the empire that controls and subdues to the planetary community that collaborates and regenerates, from the prison of the ego to the communion of the eco. We need new navigation charts for this territory of possibilities, maps that don't lead us to a physical place, but awaken our inner inquisitive gaze, maps that exercise the muscles that the old paradigm atrophied, imagination to sow the seeds of the futures we long for, words, listening, and dialogue to weave together new stories and narratives, and collaboration to turn those dreams into tangible reality in our neighborhoods, organizations, and communities. We have designed tools that allow us to make this journey individually and collectively. We embark on a journey from the old paradigm collapsing before our eyes to the new subtly germinating paradigm. But we cannot do it alone. The invitation is to do it in our communities, our neighborhoods, our organizations. We strengthen the local through communities of practice, where we seek to remember and reconnect with our internal presence through the practice of attention, conscious breathing, and somatic movement. We practice listening and dialogue to give space for all the feel things to be seen, felt, and heard. We practice the collective reflection of powerful questions that invite us to notice our ways of seeing, being, and doing. We practice holistic imagination, where we imagine and feel with our whole body possible futures we yearn for. We imagine our future self, our future interconnected with nature, the future of the next generations of our children, the future of our neighborhoods and communities, and the future of our bioregion. We invite you to start a community of practice in your community, organization, or neighborhood. We provide you with the tools and accompaniment. You contribute with the spark of your imagination, the yearning of your heart to dream possible futures, your intention to reflect, to listen, and to be listened to with an open mind and heart, and the curiosity to connect with your body and to move with and in the way of life. Contact us. Together, we can weave a network of possible local futures. This journey has already begun. Will you walk with us?